Good evening and salutations, my G's fans. Up until a couple of days ago, when John came in and talked about Sonny's horrible past, he used to be my favorite character. And now I'm just torn about the whole thing because I'm just like, there's certain things I can sit there and get past, and there's other things where I'm just like, yeah, that's kind of a lot. So I can't even sit there and say that he's my favorite anymore. Let's just go back in time. Let's just pretend I didn't sit there and hear all the stuff that I heard. I would still be sitting there, giving Sonny the smoke. Because I always sit there and say, no one is spared the rod. No one. And Sonny was so out of pocket today, but just not just with Jason. But the thing is, whenever people are mad about something, they try to tell these events in a way where it's like they look like the good guy or they don't look like that much of the scumbag, right? Like when he talked about Carly. I tried so hard, but she was so impossible. What the bro? All she asked you was for a little bit of time and a little bit of space. But Sonny being Sonny, of course had to sit there and make it about him. Couldn't give her time, couldn't give her space, and then he cheated on her, but he made it seem like, oh, it was Carly the one that was being difficult. And of course, he talks about Jason. He's like, he's not even giving him benefit of the doubt that there may be more going on. Because hell, even Ava at one point, which I don't even understand why is he sitting there listening to her. I understand that Ava is objective and stuff like that, but why are you listening to her instead of sitting there trusting the guy who has trusted you, who has followed your order without question for years? And yet you can't even be bothered to sit there and give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe something's going on. Let's see what's going on. He's still butthurt about the whole marriage thing. And, because even Lois was like, do you think that he would sit there and do something like that? He was like, well, maybe he's been gone so long, he doesn't understand the meaning of the word loyalty. The fact that he actually used the word loyalty and didn't just burst into flames is I'm like, bro, you should just erase the word loyalty out your mind. You should just do that. As annoying as Jocelyn gets, and she still gets annoying. She is right about Sonny and his shaky loyalty when it benefits him. Talking to Lois and everything. Now, another person who, honestly, to tell you the truth, should have probably just been gone at this point is Sam, because I don't understand why she's so upset with Carly. She's practically assuming Jason shot Dante, and even Christina's like, you really sit there and think you would do something like that? No, she's like kind of perplexed by it. And you were the ride or die chick back in the day. You should pretty much be with Carly. Well, no, I know he wouldn't sit there and do something like that. Instead, she's all like, well, you got to sit there and ask Carly. I was like, what is your issue with Carly now? And then she's like, I just want Carly to leave me alone. Well, trust me, the way that you're sitting there acting, you'll be doing her a favor at that point. Like, the scenes with her were just so irritating. They were so irritating. So yeah, like I said, they pretty much just destroyed that chick's character. Danny was there for a little bit. And, even Christina made a point like, listen, Alexis always sit there and say, guilty, innocent to proven guilty. So let's just wait and see how it goes. I'm like, God damn, thank you, Christina, for being the voice of reason. Because this chick, I don't even recognize Sam at this point. That's how bad it is. I don't even recognize her at this point. Um, so Drew told Willow that he broke up with her because he broke up with Carly. Let me see the words that he used. Hold on. And here's the thing, because a lot of people was like, well, you knew the score and stuff like that, so like, why did you sit there and be with her? But the thing was, Jason was presumed dead, right? So in Drew's mind, he's like, listen, she's free. She doesn't have to sit there and have that obligation of always putting him first before any man that's in her life. But the minute that Jason came back, it was like, that's how she always operated. So for the people Smith to say, well, I don't understand why he sat there and got with her in the first place. Because Jason was dead. That's why. Because he was dead. He was presumed dead. So she let that go. So, it's like, to me, I'm just like, yeah, he's going to sit there and leave. Why should he have to sit there and be always put second? And yes, I understand that if Jason has a problem or anyone has a problem, you want to sit there and rush to them and make sure that they're okay. But that's not the thing with Jason, though. She will always sit there and put him first. And no man on this goddamn planet that's worth his salt is ever, ever, ever going to come second to another man. That's just not going to happen. So for the people listening to say, well, he's so insecure, you know Carly's history, right? The fact that those two jackasses, Sonny and Jax, put up with that is, it's not just laughable, it's insulting. So anyway, he talks about that. Then Michael comes in, and they talk about, well, the breakup and everything, and and Jason pretty much told Michael what a lot of people already know. The first theory was that somebody was holding something over him, and he pretty much, um, confirmed that somebody's holding something over him, so he has to sit there and do it. And he didn't die in the tunnels because it was blocked. He couldn't get the Brit or anyone else, so he went somewhere else where two people with guns to sit there waiting for him. He didn't sit there and tell Michael who he's working for, but pretty much he's like, I have to finish the job, otherwise it's not going to end well. And towards the end, apparently Jason got flown to Quantico to talk to John, and John's like, yo, listen, um, you don't have to talk or anything like that. You're going to listen. He talks about RICO violations. Now, and he also did sit there and say to Michael that he made sure that Sonny didn't get shot, but I swear, if he's not there talking about RICO charges to protect Sonny, I gotta give him his credit because he's being way more of a friend to him and more loyal to him than Sonny has ever been to Jason. Like back in the day, before I knew what I knew, I remember Sonny Smith there saying to Jason when he had to save Sam and Liz, and he messed up his hands during that whole time. Michael was missing and stuff. He was like, "You're useless to me." I'm like, he just sat there and saved two people, and the only thing that can come out of your self-centered, selfish ass is that he's useless to you. Like even back in the day when I was like a Sonny fan, I was like, bro, that's just out of pocket. That's just out of pocket. But that's part of who Sonny is. Sonny is a very complicated man. Okay, he did something horrific to Karen. He did something amazing for Stone. And, he blurs the line between hero and villain because he makes poor Charles safe because the people that have always come in there has been worse than Sonny, which is why everyone gives him a free pass. Let's not sit there and try to act like he's not hurting people, he's not holding people off of money and stuff like that. He's doing that, okay? He's doing that. 1 second. Oh, and I forgot. Even Danny was sitting there saying to Sam, like maybe he has his reasons for like why he left and stuff like that, or why he left and stuff. And Sam just kind of shrugged it off because at this point, honestly, to tell you the truth, I don't even know why, but I'm so over the Sam character. And like I said, I don't even recognize this chick. John comes to Carly's place. Long story short, he's like, "Hey, listen, you think he didn't do it? You got to help me find him. I don't want to be sitting there chasing around people that isn't guilty. So you got to give me something." Well, Carly's just like, "No, I don't think he did it. And bottom line, next time you come back here, you better have a warrant." And so he leaves, and that's when a whole reveal winds up happening. I feel like that's pretty much about it. Yeah, that's pretty much about it. Now there's more to sit there and talk about, but I don't want to make this video longer than it needs to be. So at this point, you know what I'm gonna say. Come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll sit there and talk about all the shows, General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Bold and Beautiful, Young and Restless. Yeah, there's a lot more to sit there and talk about. I almost forgot about Molly and Anna. Okay, the biggest things that I found about that scene was that both of them basically said that they have a conflict of interest. You know, both of them did, and yet both of them are still working on the case. Anna's like, I don't want to believe that he did it, but I got to sit there and remain impartial. But you also said that you have a conflict of interest, and so did Molly. So I'm just like, what are we doing? Why are you two even in this room, sitting there having this conversation? Basically, sitting there saying, yeah, I mean, I have a conflict of interest, but I'm still gonna sit there and do his job because, well, that just makes sense for some odd reason. I really sat there, was like, we're just gonna just totally skip over that, right? We're just gonna sit there and act like they didn't say that, or yeah, they said that, but they're gonna sit there and keep doing it anyway because that just somehow makes sense. I mean, let's be honest. Even John has a conflict of interest when it comes to a Sonny. Never mind. But those two have a conflict of interest. Oh, even the people in that room, Dante had a conflict of interest. Yet they let him sit there and operate on cases like there's no tomorrow. I mean, yeah, he's proven time and time again that he sat there and arrested Sonny, but I'm like, you shouldn't even be on his case. You should sit there and just swap it out and get Chase. But I didn't even know if Chase would actually have a conflict of interest because Lois and Sonny and Brooklyn. So at this point, who the hell knows? I mean, you know how General Hospitals were fast and loose when it comes towards a lot of things. Anyway, I feel like that's okay. Now that's about it. But if there's other stuff, come to the live stream. We'll sit there and talk about it there. And I'll see you in the next video.